Level A2, The Princess and the Pea. The Princess and the Pea. Part 1. Once upon a time, in a peaceful kingdom surrounded by forests and rivers, there lived a young prince. He was kind, polite, and very handsome. Many people admired him, but the prince had only one dream. He wanted to marry a real princess. Not just any girl who said she was a princess, but someone truly noble, gentle, and honest. The prince traveled to many different countries to find such a princess. He visited castles, met royal families, and spoke with many young women. Some were beautiful, some were clever, and some were very friendly. But every time he met someone, he felt unsure. Something always seemed wrong. Maybe the girl was rude, or maybe she bragged too much, or maybe she did not act like a true princess should. After many months of searching, the prince returned home, feeling disappointed. Will I ever find a real princess? He wondered sadly. Maybe she does not exist. One evening, a terrible storm came over the kingdom. The sky turned dark, the wind blew loudly, and heavy rain fell on the castle roof. The king and queen sat by the warm fire, listening to the thunder. Suddenly, they heard a loud knocking at the castle door. Bang, bang, bang. A servant hurried to open it. Outside stood a young girl. She was completely soaked from the rain. Water dripped from her hair, her dress, and even her eyelashes. Her shoes were muddy, and she shivered from the cold. "I am a princess," the girl said. "Please, may I stay here for the night?" The queen looked at her carefully. The girl did not look like a princess at all. Her clothes were dirty, her hair was messy, and she looked tired from the storm. But the queen did not say anything. Instead, she thought to herself, "We will see if she is a real princess." The queen had a clever idea. She went to the bedroom and took a small green pea from the kitchen. It was just an ordinary pea, but she planned to use it for a special test. She placed the pea on the bottom of a bed frame. Then she asked the servants to bring 20 mattresses and 20 soft feather beds. They stacked them all on top of the pea until the bed became so tall it almost touched the ceiling. "This will be her bed for the night," the queen said with a secret smile. When the princess saw the tall bed, she was surprised. It looked strange and very difficult to climb. But she did not complain. She slowly climbed up the ladder and lay down on the top mattress. She tried to sleep, but she could not. She turned from side to side. She felt uncomfortable, as if something small and hard was pressing into her back. What is under this bed? She wondered. How can anyone sleep like this? The storm continued outside, but the princess barely slept at all. In the morning, the queen came to her and asked gently, "How did you sleep, my dear?" "Oh, terribly," the princess said. "I could not sleep at all. Something hard was under the mattresses. My whole body hurts. I feel black and blue." The queen smiled quietly. Only a real princess could feel a tiny pea under 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. Her skin had to be very delicate and sensitive. The queen knew the truth now. She went to the prince and said, "My son, she is a true princess." The prince felt his heart fill with hope. He talked with the princess and found her kind, polite, and gentle. For the first time, he felt sure he had found someone truly special. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, you can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me. The Princess and the Pea. Part 2. The prince was excited after speaking with the young girl. She was gentle, polite, and honest. and he felt something special when he talked to her. But he still wanted to be sure she was a real princess. The queen's test with the pea had given him hope, but he wanted to spend more time with her to learn who she truly was. The next morning, the storm had passed. The sky was bright blue, and the sun shone through the castle windows. The princess came down to breakfast wearing a clean dress the queen had given her. Even though she looked tired, she smiled kindly at everyone. The king asked, "Did you sleep well, my dear?" The princess shook her head. "No, your majesty. I hardly slept at all. Something hard was under the bed. I felt it all night. I am sore everywhere." The queen and prince exchanged a knowing look. Only someone with the delicate skin of a true princess could feel a tiny pea under 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. The queen felt certain now. She whispered to the king, "She is a real princess. No one else would notice something so small." The king nodded. He trusted his wife's judgment. The prince felt his heart fill with happiness. He had finally found the princess he had been searching for. After breakfast, the prince invited the princess to walk in the castle gardens. They walked among the roses, the tall trees, and the fountains. They talked about their families, their dreams, and the places they had visited. The princess spoke softly, but confidently. She was kind to the birds and gentle with the flowers. The prince admired her more with every moment. The princess also liked the prince. She thought he was brave, honest, and thoughtful. She felt safe with him, and she enjoyed his company. She had traveled far and faced many storms, but she had never met someone like him. The queen watched them from the window and smiled. She could see that they were perfect for each other. A few days passed, and the princess stayed at the castle as a guest. Everyone in the castle liked her. The servants said she was polite. The cook said she thanked them for every meal. The guards said she smiled at them when she walked by. The queen said she had a good heart. One afternoon, the prince asked the princess to meet him in the garden. When she arrived, he took her hands and said, "I have traveled to many places to find a real princess. I believe you are the one I have been searching for. Will you marry me?" The princess felt her heart flutter. She smiled warmly and said, "Yes, I will." The whole kingdom celebrated their engagement. People danced in the streets, musicians played joyful songs, and the castle was decorated with flowers and ribbons. Everyone was happy that the prince had found his true princess. A few weeks later, they had a grand wedding. The prince wore a royal blue suit, and the princess wore a beautiful white gown. The king and queen were proud, and the people cheered as the couple walked through the castle gates. After the wedding, the queen placed the tiny pea in a glass box. She put it in the royal museum so everyone could see it. Visitors from all over the kingdom came to look at the pea that proved the princess was real. The queen would say, "This little pea helped us find the perfect princess." The prince and princess lived happily together. They traveled around the kingdom, helping people, visiting villages, and listening to their subjects' needs. The princess was loved by everyone because she was gentle, fair, and kind. The prince was proud to have found someone so special. Sometimes, on rainy nights, the princess would laugh and say, "I will never forget the night I slept on 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds." The prince would laugh too, and they would remember how a tiny pea changed their lives forever. And so, The story of the princess and the pea was told for many generations. Parents told it to their children, and the children told it to their own children. It became a favorite tale in the kingdom, reminding everyone that true nobility comes from the heart. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, you can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me.